All right, everyone. Can you guys all hear me? Just let me know in the chat. Yes. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of yeses. All right. We will wait one more minute until 10:05 or 10:35, depending on where you are, and then we'll get started. Okay. Glad to see that a lot of the teams made it. We'll get to everything in a little bit. Okay, let's get started. So, first of all, I'd like to welcome all of you to the 2020 Neural Hacks Award Ceremony. I thank you all for staying with us thus far, registering for the event, attending the live sessions, participating in the other events of the hackathon, as well as some of the teams actually going ahead and submitting fantastic projects as well. So we thank you all for all of that. So I'd like to start off by thanking all of our sponsors. They made this event possible by giving us over $65,000 in prizes to give away to all of you. And we'll get to all of that in a little bit. So we have Balsamic, Art of Problem Solving, Wolfram Alpha, Voice Flow, Coom, Echo AR, Linode, Clerky, Bubble, Bugsy, Makey Makey, DigitalOcean, Sashido. Okay, and now let's get to a little bit of the beginning statistics in regards to what we actually did in this event. Okay, so we got over 600 plus participants. Over 600 of you signed up for this event and participated some way or the other. So we're extremely thankful for that and for all of you doing that for this event. We also had registrations for over 150 different institutions. And so this is different high schools, colleges, universities, etc. We have over 150 of these all across the globe. We had over 30 campus ambassadors. These were people marketing the event on their own campus, getting us more participants, getting people involved. So we thank all of you for that as well. Over 20 mentors who helped guide many of you along the way if you reached out. And so for the people that did reach out, they reaped a lot of the benefits that these mentors and their experience had to offer. We got over 20 professional speakers to speak at the event, hold different sessions. Many of those you can now also find recordings of on our YouTube channel. We'll link that at the end of the event if you want to go ahead and check that out. But you can catch most of the recordings there. We also had over 20 sponsors and partners. We mentioned the sponsors at the beginning. We also had several different media partners and organizations help us make this event extremely successful. So we thank all of them as well. And now to meet a little bit of the organizer team. My name is Krishnanshi Gupta and I'm the executive director at Neural Hacks. And along with me, we had 7 other organizers working on creating this event and making it extremely successful. I'll let 2 of the main ones introduce themselves right now, Tarun and Augustia, if you'd like to go ahead.
Hello, my name is Augustia. I'm the director of marketing, and you guys will be seeing me later since I'll be running the Kahoot later on. So if you want, bring your friends, parents to join the Kahoot. It'll be a very fun event. Trust me.
I'm Tarun. I'm the director of finance here at Neural Hacks. I will talk more about the Neural Hacks team hiring later on in the presentation. So stick around if you're interested in that.
All right, fantastic. So now let's continue on. Let's move on to maybe some of the one of the most important events of today, and so the raffle. Tarun, if you'd like to announce the winners.
Sure. So the first winner was we found was Patricia Saito. Another one was Salen Karatas, Palin Karatas, um, Avi Avinov, and Nihar Zuchi. So we'll send you guys all an email, and we'll tell you guys what you all won.
Perfect. So as Tarun said, we'll catch up with all the winners via email later on after the event has concluded, and you can find out how you can get your prizes there. Okay. Now let's move on to free t-shirts. So one of our sponsors, Linode, is actually got the generous offer of offering free t-shirts and other goodies shipped straight to your door. And so Tarun will go ahead and share the link in the chat. If you'd like to fill it out, I'd suggest doing it right now if you have the capacity, or copying the link. We'll also be sending it via email for you guys to do it. Tarun, do you have the link? Okay, there's the link in the chat. We'll give you 2 minutes right now to go ahead and fill that out. So we'll just stay in the session until then. Just click on it. It's a very basic form. Most of it will be asking you general information about yourself and your address so they can ship it correctly. One of the questions will be, which hackathon are you affiliated with? Make sure to say Neural Hacks. I'll type it in the chat so you guys can copy it, so there's no spelling mistakes. Neural Hacks. They'll be checking to make sure that this is correct. So if this is incorrect, you won't be able to, you won't be able to submit it and get the shirts. So yeah, make sure to type that in correctly. Okay, we'll resume at 10:13 or 10:43, depending on where you are. Also, I'm seeing a few questions about this. Anyone who registered for the hackathon is eligible to get the t-shirts. You didn't have to submit a project to be eligible to get one of these. So yeah, if you registered, that's more than good enough. Okay. See people. Yes, Ryan. Yeah, if you submitted the form and it says thank you for submitting, that's all good. Yeah, it will go ahead and clear out the boxes and let you resubmit. Make sure to only submit once, otherwise they won't. They'll make your submissions null. So yeah. If anyone needs more time on the form, could you let me know in the chat? Otherwise, we'll continue on. Done. Okay. Does anyone need more time? Just let me know. That's completely fine if you do. It's a little bit hard to type on a phone or other devices. Give me the link to the phone. you guys selected the wrong size, go ahead and send us an email, and we can try and contact the Linode team and ask them to change it. Okay. Sending the form once again. There we go. Okay. All right. We'll now continue with the remaining. All right. So now Tarun, again, will be joining us to talk about the NeuroHacks team hiring. Essentially, to continue the event, we'll be taking on more people on the team to help us run a few more events, and we'll sort of explain what that is after Tarun's done. Okay. Tarun, if you would like to go ahead.
Yeah, sure. So as most of you guys know, we're looking into hiring people into our team. So NeuroHacks is a growing nonprofit, and as of now, we have 8 organizers. We are really looking for a strong team in the incoming team. So given our success from this hackathon, we would like to see if more people are interested in joining us so that we have higher numbers in coming year. Our organization actually has 3 departments: finance, operations, and marketing. If you're interested, I can you guys can fill out the form in the I'll send a link to a form. You guys can fill it out and we'll send you guys an email later regarding Neural Hacks team participation.
So while Tarun sends the form and it's now in the chat, let me talk a little bit about what the next steps are for Neural Hacks. In the coming weeks, our goal is to host, and we got a lot of positive feedback for the live sessions that we held. And so our goal is to continue those live sessions through smaller summits that take place every month. And we'll have a group, a few speakers coming in and talking for an entire day, most likely on a Saturday or Sunday. So all of you guys can attend it without any issues with school overlapping. So we'll go ahead and host a few of those summits depending on how many of you are interested. And to do that, we actually need a larger set of teams to start to look for different people to come and speak at the event, look for more people to be interested in joining those events. And so that's what most of the roles will constitute. The finance department will obviously be looking for different companies to gain sponsorships from. The operations department will run the logistics of the event. The marketing department will post on different social media platforms and look for other people to register for those summits. And then the outreach will look for speakers and different organizations to collaborate with. So that's a little bit about each role. If you have any other questions, please feel free to email us at, and I'll put the email in the chat as well. It's neuralhacks@gmail.com. neuralhacks@gmail.com. Go ahead and email us there if you have any questions about any of the positions. And if you're interested in any of them, you can also go ahead and fill out the form that Tarun linked in the chat. And so there's not too many questions there. It's just which department are you interested in, a little bit of basic information about yourself so that we can contact you. So yeah, make sure to go ahead and do that. Let's say we'll give you another 2 minutes to go ahead and fill the form. So we'll reconvene at 10:19. Let us know if you need more time after that, okay? Has everyone reached a stopping point? Does anyone need more time to fill out the team form? Let me know if you do in the chat. Otherwise, we'll go ahead and continue. Okay, I think everyone's done. So we're gonna move on now to the exciting part. We're gonna play a game called Kahoot. Essentially, this is an online trivia game, and it's different multiple choice questions, and everyone's racing to finish first and get more points. So the people that do the best within this game will also be winning a few special prizes. So make sure to try to the best of your abilities, okay? And so I'll go ahead and let Augustia screen share, and he'll be taking over for the Kahoot.
Right. So even if you don't know much about CS, this is still a great opportunity to learn about it. So go ahead and participate, even if you don't know much about CS. Sharing my screen. Can you guys all see my screen?
Okay. To go ahead and do this, make sure to navigate to the website called www, as it says on screen, www.kahoot.it. I'll also be posting it in the chat. And once you get there, make sure to type in the code. We'll be posting that as well. So that's the website. And this is, no, yes, you do need to put your real name. This is so that we can find you and give you the prizes.
Right. Yeah, and we like the names school appropriate, please. So like, yeah, just keep it to your real names. Do you guys want me to put the volume on, or do you like it like blank with no volume?
Let's go ahead and play some music.
All right, sure. Wait, can you guys hear it? Now can you guys hear it?
Cool.
Okay, has everyone joined the Kahoot successfully? Just let us know if you haven't yet, and we can give you some more time. I see 38 people. Okay, yeah, sure. Don't worry, we're waiting. sorry, we're still waiting a little bit. Okay, Gus, I think we can go ahead and get started.
The questions in the beginning will start easier, but as the time goes on, the questions will get more difficult, I promise you. So right on. question is for all those gamers out there. Who chose Red Apple McDonald's? Excellent.
Hey everyone, for those of you finding difficulty playing the game, you need to look at both screens. So your screen will show the options, just the colors, and our screens will show the question as well as the different answer choices. So make sure to navigate back to the main Zoom screen that Augustia is sharing. Take a look at the answer choice and see what's correct, and then go back to your answer screen and answer it accordingly. Okay?
Okay, good job, guys.
So don't get disheartened if you're, if you aren't doing so well. There's still quite a few questions to
History
come.
question for you guys. All right, you guys are correct. Nice job. Okay, nice job. This one was kind of a hard one. Good. Nice job, you guys.
Socket's in the lead right now.
Right. Terminator is more about the end of the world than it is about programming. So yeah. Chris taking back his lead. Congrats.
This one, you're converting the hexadecimal back into decimal form.
Okay.
Very nice.
So we got a tug of war between Socket and Chris, okay?
I'll give you a hint. It's not Windows. It's one of the other three.
Oh wow, they're going back and forth. This is very interesting.
Very nice. Wow. Is the highest scoring round.
This one has fun trivia. Huh? Oh, Chris is on fire, okay.
Ooh, Socket storms into first.
correct internet protocol?
Bit of a tricky one.
Multiple select means you can click multiple answers, by the way.
$15 more questions. Is it time to come back? Now we're moving more into the AI related questions. Very nice.
Right, you will be using greater than and less than for most languages.
We're still in first.
Yeah, this looks like a tricky one.
Ooh, very nice. Oh. Should hopefully be an easy one. Very nice. Chris, still in first. A tricky
Yeah,
one.
this is a very, very difficult one. Oh, but Chris got it right, okay.
Chris still in first. Yes,
It's gonna
very
be all.
nice. Note that the player is Russian.
Right.
Very nice. Five more questions, guys.
Uh-oh.
Last
Chris
few
fell.
questions to go. It's anyone's game. Tejas is in first for the last two questions. Last question of them all.
Wow. Well.
And we have our winners. In third place, we have Chris. Second place, we have Saketh. And first place, we have Tejas.
I guess the name is very fitting for him then. Thank you to everyone participating. I hope you guys learned something new about CS.
And for all the three winners, we'll be reaching out to you with a special prize after the event concludes. So very nice job on that.
Good. I can link the Kahoot in our Discord if you guys want to go over the questions again. Maybe there's something you wanted to learn or something you didn't know about. So if you guys want to check out the Kahoot, I can post it in the Discord after the event. So thank you.
Perfect. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen again. And let's go. Okay. So now we've concluded Kahoot. I'm gonna move on to the second last thing today, is the certificates. So we have a request form. Let me go ahead and link that in the chat. And if any of you guys have successfully registered for the event and participated in 3 or more of the live sessions, so this is either attending the live sessions themselves or going to YouTube afterwards and leaving some sort of insightful comment on the videos. If you do any of that, you're eligible to earn a certificate for the event. So go ahead and click on the form in the chat and you can go ahead and request that. So we'll give you around, let's say, 5 minutes to go ahead and complete this form. After that, we'll go ahead and announce the winners and then conclude the ceremony for today. Ryan, good question. They can. We just want to give a little bit of time for you guys to take a little bit of a pause right after the Kahoot, and we'll release the details of all the winners afterwards. So yeah, it's just a little bit of a leeway time. Some of you have asked for the YouTube channel link. Don't worry, give us a second and we'll go ahead and share that. If Tarun or Augusta, if you have it up, can you also share it in the chat? Okay. Here's the channel link in the chat if you'd like to go over it. So you can fill out the form anytime until the end of tomorrow. So tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. PST, we'll close the forms. But until then, you can go ahead and submit it. Can you resubmit? Yes, you can resubmit the forms. Don't worry about it. We'll go ahead and pick your later submission. As you guys make your way back, once again, since we had a lot of people join the call after I initially asked what teams are present, can one representative from each team go ahead and message me their team name? And this is the name that you submitted the dev post project through, just so we know that which teams are in attendance. Yes, if you already did it once, please do it again. Okay. Thank you to everyone who's messaged me thus far. Two more minutes, everyone, and then we'll go ahead and announce the winners. I see most of the teams in the chat. Waiting on a few more to confirm. All right, one more minute, everyone. Our team is messaging some of you, so please go ahead and take a look at the chat and respond. Okay, perfect. Okay. All right, let's continue on. And now we'll go ahead and announce the 5 winning teams. We had quite a few fantastic projects, and it was definitely a really hard race to try to determine the 5 best projects, but our judges did the job to the best of their abilities, and these are the results that they came up with. And we're also going to ask that every team, as in when we announce you, please go ahead and have one representative unmute and describe your project for around a minute or so. Just explain a little bit about what the project you created so far and what your next steps are. No need for any sort of demonstration, just a simple explanation will do. Okay. So in 5th place, and drum roll please, we have Sweet Old Home. So can one representative from Sweet Old Home please unmute?
Yeah, so that's us. So basically, what inspired us to start the project was we looked into like senior homes and like retirement homes, and we found that depression rates among seniors in specifically retirement homes were about 52% compared to regular seniors in their respective communities being at like 10 to 15%. So we could see that depression rates were high amongst seniors in retirement homes, but we wanted to know what we could do to kind of make these like rates go down or like provide assistance to these seniors in some sort of way. So we created this volunteering service app that allows students allows seniors to like create events. So let's just say they want to like go around or do some shopping in the city but don't really have anyone to don't have any nurses or anyone to like go with them. They can like post a listing, and volunteers, which are generally like the volunteers are usually probably like high school to college students. um, they browse the listings and they select one that they think that they can do a good job at, and then they like click the listing, and then it like pairs that senior and the volunteer together, and they can talk and set up a time like when to like it's a bunch of things. For example, like if the senior wanted someone to like walk her dogs or something, they could do that. Also, the retirement home itself could hire volunteers to play music. Like that inspiration came from when I like sang at senior homes, and they would like it because they would actually have to pay for uh, any of the entertainment, and those expenses could be like transferred to somewhere else, like healthcare for the seniors. And so retirement homes can put out a listing saying, hey, we want a band from this time to this time, and a volunteer can sign up for it. And once they sign up for the event, after it connects them, it also adds that event to a calendar that's also built into the website itself. And then we also used Google Maps to be able to, you can like search up like volunteering services in places near you, so you can find like retirement homes that are close to you. And in the future, we want to expand this to like different, not just senior homes, but like retirement homes, but like hospitals and other areas where volunteering might be heavily needed. So yeah, so we basically like created a volunteering service within a retirement home.
Fantastic. It's a great project, and congratulations. And moving on to our 4th place team, we have, drumroll please, we have Mask Index. So if anyone from the Mask Index team wants to unmute, or if all of the team wants to unmute and go ahead and introduce themselves, please go ahead and do so.
Hey, yeah, so I'm Shreyas from Mask Index. Firstly, gotta thank you guys for appreciating our project. And yeah, so our project is basically a computer vision solution which monitors geographic locations and displays a certain index, or like a percentage, if you want to say, about the mask usage at that geographic location on like a public website. So, I mean, today we all understand that it's pretty much established that masks are our only way to like get back at the virus, or try to combat it in effective ways. And so we decided that maybe people really in this stage want to know how communities and societies and how other citizens are following these guidelines and trying to make things easier for themselves as well as for the recovery of the communities as a whole. And so we decided that if we had like a simple open interface where we run our computer algorithms on any cameras in businesses, in universities, in schools, where it I calculates a basic percentage about how many people are wearing masks and how many are not, and then displays a visual representation at that location on a map online, you probably could visualize how this, how businesses are working, how schools are, following the guidelines, and in general, how the society is trying to cope with the virus. Uh, Moving forward, we like to, so we built, firstly, I'd like to explain like how we built the solution. So we used YOLO V4, which is a object detector neural network, and the fourth version was released sometime around in June. And we used that. We used mask data. That we got data sets from the masked repository and from Google Images. We annotated data sets. We built our own data sets as well, and then we trained the YOLO V4 using Google Colabs on the Darknet framework. And once we did that, we integrated that with OpenCV and built a CLI application on which could analyze images or pre-recorded videos or webcam feeds or security camera feeds for that matter. And then once that's done, we push it to a Firebase database, which is then queried by our website and then displays it as a green circle if it's like a very good, which is a very good indicator of mask usage, compared to a red circle, which is like a very poor mask usage percentage. And yeah, our future plans are to move the processing to the cloud like AWS instead of local computers, so that there is no lag between processing the feed and the reflection of the numbers and the stats on the website. Another um, way ahead would be to probably display like the top 10 restaurants or top 10 schools on the website, which are like, high on the mask index and are following. That way, this could probably bolster or improve the image of the businesses or even universities for that matter. Yep. Thank you.
Fantastic job to the Mask Index team, and thank you for the in-depth explanation of how you actually built the system. Now we're going to move on to our top 3 teams. So in third place, we had the COVID-19 lung X-ray detection team. So if someone from there would like to unmute and explain a little bit about their project for a minute or two.
Oh, hey, so that was, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so our project was basically detecting COVID through lung x-ray, and the technologies we utilized for this was TensorFlow, Keras, OpenCV, and NumPy. Basically, the project idea we got it from was we saw the rising pandemic, obviously, and realized how there are many cases of misdiagnosis and like people being diagnosed wrongly. So we started thinking, what could we do better to like help diagnose patients? So we found out that COVID could be detected through lung x-rays. And so like, why don't we build an image detection software to recognize whether COVID is present in a lung x-ray image? And so we created a neural net for image recognition using TensorFlow and Keras. And we created our data set containing primarily of healthy lungs and COVID lungs, or COVID lungs that had like certain stages of pneumonia. And so we trained the data set, and then we made a web app using Streamlit, and where a user can upload their own X-ray of their lungs, or even a hospital if they're utilizing this technology, upload images of lung X-ray, and it would tell them the percentages of how confident the model is that the X-ray has COVID and whether it has COVID or not. So basically, we did this with the mentality to help hospitals better diagnose patients, as well as to help them with the diagnosis process. and make it more streamlined and not as time consuming. And yeah, that's basically our project.
Fantastic. Any future steps you'd like to describe?
Future steps, we would like to also integrate multi-classification, where, because we know there's a big misconception between what's pneumonia and what's COVID. And so in the future, we were looking to add as well as a multi-class classification where it will define whether it's just pneumonia or is it going to it's actually COVID-19. And so, and I feel like we would also want to improve our accuracy for the data set. Even though it's relatively accurate, we would like to improve it even more by training it with more images and a bigger data set so the accuracy is even better. We don't want a hospital to rely on a lower accuracy.
Fantastic. A great job to the COVID-19 lungs X-ray detection team. Now we move on to our top two. To our second place team, we have Tuber. So if anyone from Tuber would like to go ahead and unmute and just say a little bit about their project.
Yeah, this is Nand from Tuber. So yeah, our project is targeted towards low-income nations, and it aims to improve the healthcare system for diagnosis of malaria and tuberculosis. So it uses machine learning to diagnose these diseases from X-ray images and blood sample images. So for this, we train a data set based on TensorFlow and Keras, and using open access hospital data to train a machine learning model with over 95% accuracy. We split our training data into training and testing with a ratio of 80% to 20%. We also have a patient data management system where the hospital doctors or nurses can visualize the patient data as well as download the CSV reports. In the future, we would like to implement encryption for this hospital data to comply with international standards such as HIPAA, and also create a more sophisticated login registration system so that hospitals can view their only the data of the patients in their hospital.
Fantastic. And a great job once again to the Tuber team. And now we finally move on to our first place project. Now we've seen quite a few different innovative projects before, but our judges seem to have thought that this one was something that they hadn't seen before and was a niche for them. And so for first place, we have, and drum roll please, we have the iPhones for Seniors project. So if the team would like to unmute and go ahead and describe their project.
Hi guys. So first of all, thank you for recognizing my hack as first place winner. So a little about my project. So the social issue I decided to combat was the generation gap in use of technology. This means that elderly cannot use the smartphones efficiently as young people can. And I thought that this prevents them from accessing to a lot of resources. So I created this AR app that is like a tutorial for how to use iPhones. When you open the app, a horizontal surface is automatically detected and the objects that I custom created appear, asking which version of iPhone do you use. And after tapping on the model that they use, they can see text boxes appearing, showing some tutorials on how to turn the phones on and off, how to change the volume, and etc. And I did this using Xcode on Mac OS, and I did use Reality Composer to create the objects and add custom behavior so that when they tap on each text box, they can see other tutorial coming up. And some modifications that I think would make this app better and more user accessible, user friendly, is that we can change the UI so that they can have a variety, they can see the text clearly and maybe have like audio instructions so they can hear them too. Or we can also include more content, more tutorials, so they can access various different apps and see how to use them individually.
Fantastic. And big congratulations to the team for creating such an innovative project and for
Thank
getting
you.
first place. Yeah, great job on that. Now, I'd like to also give a quick shout out to some of the top institutions that for the registrations for this event. So the top two that come to mind were MIET, MIT from Jammu and Kashmir. So a big thank you to the MIT institution for helping promote the event so heavily in their school. And secondly, to Banasthala University for promoting the event significantly in their school as well. And a shout out to their respective professors and chancellors. We have Professor Natarajan from Banasthala University, Professor V.S. Rao, and Professor Ankur Gupta, who is the president of MIET. So a big thank you to all of them for helping us make this event extremely successful. Now, let's go to the concluding remarks for our award ceremony and for the Neural Hacks 2020 Hackathon. So, a big thank you to all of you once again for staying with us throughout the entire event and now throughout this entire award ceremony. It was a little bit long, but hopefully you enjoyed playing the Kahoot and hearing a little bit about the winning projects. We have one more sort of prize opportunity for all of you to participate in. We previously shared the YouTube link for our channel, and we've uploaded most of the live sessions that took place there. Now, we have a few more raffle prizes to give away, and the way that we're going to do that is we're going to look at comments on all of the YouTube videos and aggregate them and pick 5 random comments to win a raffle prize for the event. Now, we're looking for the most insightful comments on each video, so make sure not to, just populate it with random comments. And I'm sure that all of you won't be doing any of that as well. So this is an opportunity for all of you to earn one of the raffle prizes as well. Just go ahead and take a look at any of the videos that interest you and comment something insightful that you found interesting within the video, something that you'd like to learn more of in the future, or something along those lines for any of the videos. And we will pick one of them next week and send out an email to all of the winners of that privately and let them know that they won their prize. So make sure to keep looking at your emails. For a lot of the announcements, the raffle prize winners today will be getting an email from us. The Kahoot prize, which was the trivia game that we played, winners will also be getting an email for this. And the YouTube channel giveaway winners will also be getting an email from us. Now, moving on to the ending of this ceremony, Neural Hacks 2020 is officially over, but that doesn't mean that Neural Hacks is over. As we mentioned previously, we'd like to keep hosting speaker summits every month. And so if any of you guys are interested, please, we'll be sending out emails about information about that as well and how you can sign up for those events. But if you are interested and you have some ideas for what type of live sessions you'd like, please send us an email and let us know which sort of sessions or what you'd like to see in those summits. So this is your chance to sort of design how you'd like the summits, and please let us know what you'd like to see by email. Well, I'll post the Gmail again in the chat for all of you guys to look at. So that's neuralhacks@gmail.com. And with that, we conclude Neural Hacks 2020 with this award ceremony. And we will be sending out more information very soon to all of you. So thank you so much for joining us thus far. Please let me know in the chat if you have any questions for any of us at the organizer team. But if not, we are officially over for 2020.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you so much for joining, everyone.
All right, thank you.
Yep. All right. I will be closing the meeting off now, since I've already answered most of the questions in the chat. So thank you, everyone.